On into it, guys. It is now time for Best of BlizzCon Episode 1. We are going to be casting the funnest, most action-packed series from BlizzCon. And someone who sent one of his very first probes across the map to get that early block down, even if it was a 16 hatch. In the top left, in the red, the crazy Protoss, it's Hero. Down here in the bottom right, in the blue, the Italian Stallion, it's Reynor. So I did already do like a quick recap analysis video of looking at the semis and the finals and some of the Zerg vs. Zerg details that really made those series just so wild and surprising in their results. But now I'm going to go back, cast a few of these series from earlier in the tournament that were the most exciting and most interesting. For those who don't know, Hero won a few IEMs way back in the day in Heart of the Swarm. Great micro-focus player. And basically, you know... I feel like every game, it's like watching a full-grown man is his opponent, and he's just a house cat. And the man like picks him up and just throws him off a fucking 8-story building, and he just like lands on his feet and just like, I'm fine. Like all he does is crazy, cheesy, weird builds, and somehow he's just really good at microing and winning in situations he really has no business winning. I had a bet going into this group stage that if he played PvT versus Hero Marine, he would literally never make an armor upgrade. For those who don't know, armor upgrades are the most important thing for Zealots up against Bio, and it's like the most important upgrade. And I was like, no, he won't do that. He'll just make attack upgrades and do like pure Blink Stalker and maybe do Zealot Archon timings. And if he goes to late game, he'll make 2 Robo Colossus and Storm, and he'll Storm drop in Colossus, and he'll have next to no upgrades because he's just a psychopath. We've seen Hero play 90 probe, 5 to 6 bases, and still be on +1 attack and no other upgrades. Yeah, he's kind of reminiscent of Patience in some ways. I would say he's much cleaner with his micro. A little bit less of a psychopath than Patience. Like, sometimes Patience just does these maneuvers where you're like, are you serious? You're actually crazy. But anyways, let's see what Hero has in store. He's like, I'm not going to let you get a third. Adept's going to come and deny that. There's no way that third base gets down. Only 3 lings here. The probe is even trying to delay even longer. Yeah, he's trying to lure him in. Oh, will he get the drone? Will he get the drone? He could have got a shot off there, I thought he was in range. Anyway, guys, it is a Stargate behind that. Reynor, of course, has got one Zergling across the map. He sees the Stargate, sees the Oracle start up, cancels it, makes a Phoenix, does Hero. Realizing, oh, okay, I need to get rid of your scouting. You know there's an Oracle on the way with this Ling. There's no point going for a fast Oracle. You'll be ready for it. At least he's assuming this kind will be. Adept does clean up that Zergling. Adept here still delaying this natural. Oh man, this base is so long. Oh, he's going to cancel the Shade. I actually thought he was going to cancel the Shade. Link speed's almost done, so it would have been silly. I think it's much better to pull back. But Hero, I mean, he reins it in. Normally, Hero is not the guy to tuck it in the waistband. Normally, he's the guy to go full naked man. You know, most people, when they find a prospective mate, they're much more, if they get a bit excited, they go, woo, rein it in, tuck it in the waistband. Hero's the guy who just like takes his robe off and is like, hey baby. And you're like, whoa, what are you doing? But this time he actually pulls back with the Adept. He knows he's forced a lot of Zerglings, doesn't want to throw the Adepts away, wants to wait till they're a bit powerful, and is not even building an Oracle right now. He chrono boosted a Stargate that's not building anything. So Hero here, as always, tight with his macro, puts down a Robo, which stops him from building an Oracle because he spent his gas on the wrong thing. He meant to go Oracle into Robo. Is supply blocked as well on 50. Okay, he did get one Oracle out. It's just the other... Okay, he did get one at least. I was like, if he doesn't have one Oracle out, this is the fucking jankest build I've ever seen in my life. He did get one out. The second one got a full wasted chrono boost though, right? So he's ended up canceling it. He said, look, it's so delayed, I'm not even going to bother with it. Building a ton of gateways. I think we're just going to see a raw gateway timing. Roach Horn starts up on time though, 4 minutes 30. So guys, Reynor has a tell. If he sees no second Oracle... No third Oracle, he just makes an earlier Roach Horn. He's going to take an extra couple gases very quickly, and he's going to make Roaches. That's an insanely fast Evo Chamber. That's too early. I also don't like the positioning because it creates a narrower choke for force fields. Does get the gases on the third base. I think, oh, he's trying to do a melee build. This is not a fast third. He's going to come in, seize 2 Adepts. The Adepts are not actually well positioned. Now they are. They do shift down into the choke. Knowing the Oracle's there, you don't want to surround those Adepts because the Oracle will get on top and blast your Zerglings. Stopping on 43 probes. This, not even mining off that gas geyser. Hero is just going to go for a big Sentry Immortal timing. 1 Immortal. Sentry's on the way. He's going +1 melee. Yeah, if you go an Evo at that time and you're not going +1 range, you're going +1 melee. Lair's on the way. Phoenix scouts around, sees a lair, sees quite a lot of drones on that third. I mean, this all makes you, especially if he sees that drone count, you're going to be feeling good. Sees roaches now popping out. And look at that. Adept here is trying to clear the vision. Reynor does not see the push coming, but there we go. Comes forward with the Lings to contest, sees the move out. Reynor just queued up 4 more drones. He's going up to almost 60 workers against a 43 pro player. He's making as many Ravages as he can. He needs just Ravages, Lings, Ravages, Lings, Ravages, Lings right now. There's unupgraded Zealots and Adepts being built. There's only one Immortal, actually, so maybe pure Roach might actually be more of an answer here. No Spines. He hits a supply block on 114. Does get one more Overload out just in time. Oh, no, the Ravages are too far forward. Reynor! What the fudge? Oh, my God, a massive screw-up. Losing 2 Ravages at the start of that fight absolutely bones him. You need those Ravages to break force fields. Thankfully, he has 2 more that just morphed, but he's realizing this is an awkward position. 2 of his Queens get trapped up front. Transfuse is going down, trying to buy time, but he's got no damage behind this. He's got 3 Queens attacking, that's it. But the flank of the Ravages, Roddy was talking about it before the group started. The 3 Ravages snapped the Prism, which means no reinforcement. Just 1 more round of Zealots and Stalkers with big, nice corrosive files. Most of them dodge. Just 1 landing on the Immortal. Does pull back. The Phoenix, of course, disabling Ravages where it can. And he's actually... Oh, the Oracle comes in as well. Drone's unable to contest that. Big Bile's landing, but Reynor, I think he's taking a little bit too much damage. I mean, the Immortal's obviously lost its barrier. Remember, there's no Warpins. Reynor might just have enough of a flood of units to overwhelm. The sentries are falling. The Immortal now taking a beating. There's just no firepower left here for Hero. Has a Warp Prism come out. He's replaced it. It's not there just yet. He's got to get out of there. Pull home. Oh, I don't know if I agree with that recall. I think he should have walked backwards. Might have been able to keep those alive. Behind it, Hero has started probing. He is ahead in workers, but he doesn't have much tech right now. It's just a Robo. He's going to drop a Forge and a Twilight to go to that next stage. Reynor on the other side looking for a little bit of counter pressure, but remember, Roach Speed just started. He had to cancel his +1 to get more money. He's now restarting +1 and trying to drone up behind this, rebuilding those Queens. A lot of them did die. Back up to 4 Queens. He's going to go Ravager Baneling here. Baneling Nest is on the way. Good creep as well. Remember, there was no Observer with that push. Reynor setting up Lings on the north side. We've got 2 Adepts coming just for a very small amount of light pressure. Try and drop here, pick off a few workers. Phoenix just scouting around, sees no 4th. Sees that the army is not that gigantic right now. What do we got over here? No, only 1 sentry. A few Stalkers that got warped in. Phoenix just having a scout around, checking in case there's a Spire. Of course, low economy games, if you can surprise your opponent with mutas, it's very hard for them to respond. Good economy for Hero right now, dude. +1 attack on the way. I'd love to see Charge start up. Does take both gases on this base. Oh, he's forgotten to saturate this gas. He's got 6 on that gas. Ugh. Okay, he does fix that up. Luckily, notices before too long. 2nd Robo and a Robotics Bay. That's a very late choice to tech into that, though. I feel like Colossus have some really nice timing attacks against Hydras. They're great versus Zerglings. They're not really good versus Roaches or Ravagers, though. Roaches and Ravagers are just a bit too healthy. Neither of them are light units, and with so much Roach Ravager being forced out, I think you'd actually want to go Disruptors off this. There is a nice mix where your opponent goes heavy Zergling against Disruptor, and then you add some Colossus in to clean up the Zergling. So you can have like a mixed Colossus Disruptor army, which is kind of amazing. But it's not going to be just a straight up Colossus Sentry timing or anything like that. Only 2 sentries out, Charges on the way. Observer now finally on the way. I mean, the map control is so good for Reynor, even though his worker count sucks. He's only at 63 drones right now, but he's just saying, look, you could come out with such a scary follow-up attack. I need to be non-stop building units. He's now started the 2nd Evo, +1 range, +2 melee on the way. And he's going to drop a Spire in the back. Looks like he wants to go mutas. Maybe get a cheeky muta switch on. Zerglings up there are denying a 4th base. Stalker comes up, is going to get surrounded. Nice pickup. Stalker's an expensive unit. 175 resources for a Stalker. Hero is actually going to take the forward 4th base. Okay. More on the pushing path. Not as exposed to the backstabs. Oh, you gotta... Don't get biled. Don't get biled. If you get biled, that's going to be... Oh, lots of Lings going forward. Not able to actually... Did they get the probe? I think they got the probe. Another probe has to come out. Immortals do drop down. Gonna try and pick up a couple drones. Oh, he fucked up. He's busy microing his army looking for those Zerglings. Does end up finding them. At the same time, though, has to pick up down there. Zergling's gonna back off on the other side. We've got an infestation pit on the other way. on the other side of the map on the way. 74 drones, 75 now. So Reynor has got up to a healthier worker count. But remember, even though his supply looks good, he has no banelings right now. Yeah, he's got bane speed. Yeah, he'll have +2 melee in a minute. He's not there yet. Okay, this is very important. If he can buy time before the fight, that's going to be huge. 2 Colossus are out. 3rd and 4th one are on the way. Oh, a lot of the lings do get trapped. But Reynor is sliding out with most of them. Still maintains a little bit of pressure on this side of the map. Zergling goes in, scouts around. It is a big Colossus army. Are we going to see Corruptors come out, or is he just going to go mass Roach Ravager Bane? I think it's Roach Ravager Ling Bane. Lots of Banelings, 26 are out. If you can flank this, it's going to be huge. I don't think you want to fight from just one angle, but you know what? There's not that many force fields. Ooh, I think he's got to pull back, though. I think he might be overextending his Reynor. Yeah, there we go. Lands a few biles, baits out most of the force fields. I would have loved to see a flank here, but I think as long as he comes in with a bit of a pre-spread, just there he pre-spreads his army. Still force fields left over. Those queens tanking a little bit. The Banelings getting obstructed here. Great force fields by Hero. Just remember, he doesn't have any Archons in here, guys. He's got nothing to really absorb those Banelings, and they do find their way into the juicy center of some of those units. All the sentries go down on the left-hand side. A Colossus falls very quickly. There's just nothing to kill this Roach Ravager. Oh, man. The Immortals are kind of fighting Zerglings on the left while the Colossus were fighting Roaches on the right. Not what you want. And that Warp Prism was so afraid of getting biled down. It was so far behind that engagement. Reynor here, it looks like he'll barely take this down. That Phoenix on 1 hit point being a big old dickhead. Just floating around. That Colossus hangs out. And a very common scenario. Hero's 4th gets sniped, doesn't put it down. He just goes for what is basically an all-in attack. And then he remaxes with sentries. Hero is a guy who's great at micro. But like, guys, when you're making sentries at the 12-minute mark, you are beyond fucked. Like, it's just the worst thing to be spending your gas on right now. If he had Archons joining his Disruptors and Colossus and stuff, that's a really good, generic, well-rounded unit. I mean, I look at sentries and I go, really? Sentries at this stage of the game? It's won him games against Terran before, where he does this clutch wave of force field, splits an army in half, and does really well. But oh man, there's a lot. There's a lot of problems with sentries here, especially as Greatest Fire starts up. Pack of Corruptors is out. He actually went for a full 7 Corruptors. I mean, that's good. They can hunt down this prison, which is nice. Good quick pickup and recall from Hero. Does keep that alive. Oh, look at that. Oh my god, the Changeling says, mate, you've got the wrong shoes. They're like, we're balls. We don't wear shoes. He's like, exactly, you need to wear shoes to get into this club. They're like, dude, we're inside the club. We want to get out. And he's like, yeah, it's fire hazard. You got to use the other exit. There is no other exit. Oh my god, not having those 2 Disruptors is so fucking bad, guys. Oh god, Hero's in trouble right now. The Prism does survive for now. 1 Corruptor does fall. Greatest Spire is not ready. It's just Ravages and Banes. Banes. Oh my god, that second Disruptor shot doesn't quite go off. This is actually a really awkward army for Reynor right now. But not having those other 2 Disruptors is massive. 1 or 2 more Disruptors right now could change everything. He's got to pick up that Colossus. Nope. Corruptors with good focus fire. Okay, the Disruptors finally get down. 1 good shot falls. It looks like the other shot was already fired from behind the wall and not realizing those Disruptors. He just grabbed the control group, fired a Disruptor shot, and it must have just been out of combat. Not even useful. Oh, man. Absolute rout. Reynor hangs on, defends. Map 1 in this best of 5 goes to a Reynor. GG. Shy Guy says, sadly, Hero retired after BlizzCon. Really? I had no idea. Is it because he's got military, or I actually somehow missed this announcement? Maybe it happened when I was flying home, or I just somehow did not hear that. Whoa, if you guys could link me up any posts about that. Did he tweet about it? Hero is a beast, man. He's such a big part of StarCraft history. Is it Liquid Hero? No, he hasn't played in like 6 years or something. He came back for a little bit, but didn't really get super good. He just comes back and streams every now and then. Hero has military. Oh, that sucks. How did I miss that? That's such a shame. I knew Classic was having to retire. Apparently Stats as well is not going to be able to play much next year because his military service is coming up. Damn. That's rough, guys. That is rough. All right. Down here in the bottom right, in the blue, guys, the Italian. The Italian Bastion, it's Reynor. An Italian guy messaged me and he was like, just so you know, whenever you guys call him the Italian Stallion, it sounds really creepy because when we say Italian Stallion in Italy, it's a sexual thing. It means he like, it's like saying this guy fucks. And I was like, well, there's always a very slight, slight, I guess, meaning of that when we say it, but usually it's more just like this guy's, I will say, oh, he's an Italian sounding like he's a handsome guy. Not so sexual though, normally. And he's like, well, in Italy it means, I don't know if it's just in his town or where he's from or what he thinks of. This guy said that. Now whenever I say the Italian stallion, I'm like, oh, I feel really uncomfortable saying that about a 17-year-old boy with his nerdy glasses and his big fucking cheeky smile and his fucking amazing Zergling run by his eye. I'm like, okay. Anyone who's actually Italian can fact check that one for me. He is right, says Kieran. Okay. We're not going to call him Italian Stallion. That's a nickname Sylvester Stallone had. Was Stallone actually in a porno, guys? Or was that just a joke in Big Mouth? He was actually in one, wasn't he? You guys seen that Big Mouth episode? That's like the funniest thing, man. Hey, you want to bang? Yeah. It's so funny, dude. Same in Spanish. Fair enough. I mean, he does fuck his opponents, right? In a brutal, non-sexual way. So, yes. He was in a softcore porn. Wasn't a hardcore. Okay, that's nice. That's pretty funny. Some guy in chat's like, oh, $10 I could beat you in a TVT. You do realize I'm in the middle of casting a series, right? It's like someone challenging like someone who's in the middle of work. Like, yeah, you want to fucking... I bet you couldn't beat me in a race right now. You're like, well, I'm in a meeting, so... Oh, you just opened? All right. Challenge me another day, man. I would love to play you, for sure. No worries. I don't know who you are or what level you are, but yeah, sure. We could maybe have a match another day. We'll see. I have no idea who you are. So... Am I like scared or something? I bet you $11 I can beat you in a PvP, says Eon D. Dude, my PvP's been good lately. Like, it's been bad, but also good. Because I've been playing so bad, I've gotten like really comfortable playing PvP from behind. I used to really suck at playing PvP from behind. But now when I'm behind, I'm just like, there's a depths here. There's an immortal drop here. There's a depths here. Here's a random oracle that I hid in the corner from your Phoenix. Get fucked. You know, like, it's just like layers of bullshit. I've fully embraced the layers of bullshit. And I'm like, well, I'm pretty dead, so I'll just snipe your observer and kill you with DTs. And they're like, really? This is your fucking strategy? And I'm like, yeah, I understand how to channel the bullshit, man. You could beat me in a match of chess boxing, right? I will fuck you up, Jim Davis. You don't even know, man. Dude. As long as the boxing comes first. And no, I can't even remember what you're... Oh shit, it's lawn maintenance guy. I think it's like lawn maintenance day. And his lawn maintenance material has become 10 times louder, guys. Oh my god. Hopefully you guys don't get too much of that. It's super loud, right outside my window. Hero here going for the classic Immortal Sentry drop on the ramp, wants to force field that. How many gateways did he have? 5. So if he actually got the force field there, and your opponent doesn't have Ravages, which he didn't, that actually could be... Oh, that could have been a brutal game-ending thing, guys. If he wasn't in position there, and you just warp in a few more sentries and like some Stalkers and Zealots and stuff, and then you've got like the ability to chain force field that while fucking up the main base. That's actually a really cool build from Hero. And we see what happens when it doesn't land. It does nothing. That being said, Reynor's actually so scared because he's playing Hero... And Hero's staying flexible. Hero's like, I went for it. It didn't work out. It's fine. I mean, the Speed Overlord's like, oh, what are you doing? Oh, you're putting on gas, but you're only doing it right now. Reynor's got a drone. He's been on 35 drones for way too long. He's just built a ton of Zerglings. He's got a few Roaches and Ravages. He's completely safe with this, but he has got to, he's got to figure some shit out. Imagine the need to have your own grass. I could only dream of such wealth. I don't think it counts as mine. Ground floor apartment, man. I don't think the grass counts as mine. I fucking wish I had my own house, man. I'm so sick of like neighbors and shit. Have you guys ever lived in a downstairs unit? Ever had people living above you? God damn, they make apparently everybody who lives upstairs of somebody else just plays marbles. It's their only hobby. Like if you ever lived in a fucking apartment with other people above you, it's like the people above you are like, you're like, what's your hobby? And they're like, oh, I play marbles. What else do you do? Occasionally I move furniture around. Okay, what else? I like to hammer things. You're like, hammer? Like, what do you hammer? They're like, every day I just hammer. I take a piece of wood and I just hammer it. Are you hammering nails into it? You build it? No, I just hammer. What the fuck are you doing? And why are you playing marbles and hammering all day? And they're like, that's just what I do, man. It's like, I live upstairs with someone. It's my job. Yeah, they vacuum every day. I don't know. I feel like they get like an electric whisker, like a blender thing. And then they try to whisk their floorboards. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Why? Why? So right now, guys, Hero's like, look, it's a fake third. I might move out. We should cast the game. Sorry, guys. I'm getting distracted by chat. Chat's being really funny. They're all challenging me to like fights, StarCraft matches, and chess matches now. God damn. And Lawn Man is just, oh, he's having a good time. He's having a good time. He's just fucking smashing it, man. I think he's an old Asian dude. I'm not sure. We can theorize about what his name is and what his hobbies and habits are later in between games. For now, he's just picking off creep tumors. So this immortal has killed like 17 creep tumors, guys. Look at the creep spread for Reynor. It's literally non-existent. And he was sitting on a low work account for a long time. Now he's droned up after building this gigantic Roach Ravager Ling Ball. And he's just waiting for an attack. Now, for those of you watching, Reynor did say in his post-interview to this series that a lot of his strategies revolved around waiting for Hero to attack into him so he could crush the attack. What we're noticing here is that attack's never coming. And Hero's like, I guess I'll go up to 63 probes, slowly add some upgrades, +2, blink, more gateways, we'll add some, 2, double Robo Colossus, why not? And Reynor's just sitting here with terrible creep spread, worse economy, and he's just massing basic tier units. Jesus. This is, he's just, I mean, what's his follow-up? Has he got an infestation? No infestation, no spy at fourth base is not finished. There is no reason for Hero to attack. So here, as much as Hero gears up for all-in attacks and crazy timings, tries to force field the ramp, makes a bunch of sentries and immortals, he keeps seeing Reynor just having a crazy amount of units, and he's like, oh, I'll just defend. And now he's like, wait, you're going to attack, and I've got so much time to prepare for this? Hero just needs to land sick forces. I would actually come forward and try to slice this army on this ramp, and then pull back a bit later. I would have tried to slice that. Oh. Okay. Really good bios, break the force fields. Second wave of force fields goes down, though. Colossus clearing up a lot of this. Bios going down. He needs good force fields. Oh, Baneling's get in. Baneling's getting in. Is it going to be enough? Good pullbacks, good spreads. The sentries are all gone, but there's still 4 immortals, 2 Colossus standing there, guys. Remember, +1 versus +1. Okay, Reynor's going to pull back. That attack did not do enough. He got 8 probes on the base. You know what? He might actually have a chance here. I think Reynor has a chance. He's building drones and a Spire. Yeah, he's got to set up for the backstab. Lings are going to backstab this mineral line. His army needs to go south. He needs to backstab. I don't think he can fight this front on. No, he's got no creep spread. Ooh, was not expecting a counter push right now. Oh, Stalker's blinking forward. Hero wants to pick a fight here. Is this overzealous from Hero? Remember, Hero does not have a Templar Archives. Cannot make Archons, does not have charge, cannot make charge zealots. All he can do is make pure Blink Stalker here. And this might be an overcommitment, but Banelings are going to get caught morphing. That's really bad. Lings do run in. Oh, he actually morphed Banelings. Gets 11 probes. Nice little attack there. Does give Reynor the economic advantage. The question is, can he hang on? That's 3 Colossus, a ton of Stalkers, and most importantly, those 4 Immortals underneath. This is a much scarier army because of those 4 Immortals. Stalkers poke forward. 1 Stalker does go down, but overall, 2 Stalkers go down. And he eats Biles. Oh, a little bit sloppy there from Hero. He's trying to just keep that economy back up at home. He's not rebuilding right now. It's just a big all-in from Hero, but his army is bigger right now. Like, he's actually got more army supply, and obviously these units are a bit more flexible. Some big Biles do land. Reynor, though, he's going to go for it. The Banelings, ooh, does get a few decent connections. All the barriers are gone. The Immortals are a bit far forward. He needs to start shuffling those. Another Immortal falls. Another 2 Immortals fall. Holy shit, Hero messing up his micro so badly in this fight. I think he's got the numbers, though. There's just nothing behind this. No creep spread makes such a big difference in these engagements. And only attacking from one side is really bad here. Reynor just doesn't have enough to flank this army. But attacking from one side, I mean, you're doomed. You've only got Ravagers left. The Baneling's trickling in and just getting blasted down. He's on pure Roach Baneling. And you just can't take on an equal supply army with that unless you have an insane number of Banelings, which he did not. Only have had a small number of Banelings. His army value did not cut it. He's going to pull drones into Colossus lasers. Oh, we know how that goes. Biles not really landing. One Colossus up front. A Colossus from behind goes down to some Banelings. There's still 3 standing. Make that just 2, but the Stalkers are left over. They can blink forward and focus fire, and that's going to be that. Hot diddly damn, guys. I did want to do some analysis during this series. Let's talk about this timing attack and how fast this fucking hits and how cool this attack is. So, it is a robo opening. Immediately chronos an Immortal. Immediately chronos a Sentry. Now, I think he does this even pre-starting Warp Gate. Pretty sure it's Robo before Warp Gate, though maybe he can just afford both. Yeah. Robo, then Warp Gate. So this is fastest possible Robo. It goes down at like 215 or something crazy. And look at this. The moment it finishes, immediately chrono an Immortal. Or a Prism to get rid of, because you can use the Prism with the Stalker to get rid of the Scout. Immortal gets chronoed behind it. And he's got, what, Adept, Stalker, Sentry. Stalker goes to hunt the Overlord. Did the Overlord get out of there? I think the Overlord did get out of there. I don't think he lost the Overlord. Yeah, because he got OV speed. Stalker's going to drop and go back to try and get rid of this Overlord. Because the Overlord's seen, and he goes straight up to 5 gateways. So he adds 6 gateways, in fact. And they're all finishing right about now. So he's like, dive, dive, dive. And he's like, if I can just get on that ramp. Look at this, 4 minutes 30. And he just goes straight for the ramp. Ooh, I mean, I wonder if he should have just committed. He might have been able to force this. What do you guys think? So many Lings are outside the base. If he just dropped a force field there, if he just drops here, force fields, picks back up, unloads the Immortal. I mean, he can even just not even unload the units if he wants to. He could just unload the Sentry, force field, and already be in siege up mode, and then just be like, warp in a bunch of Zealots and Stalkers. Yeah, but I do like, because he's on 35 probes. He's cut a lot to this, but he just says, I think you're ready. What's he do as the follow-up? He says, Forge goes down, restart Immortal production, which it looks like he did the moment he realized that wasn't going to work. Maybe even slightly before he already had the Immortal. Built another Sentry at home, and he's like, okay, let's take another gas. This gas here at the front was already a fake gas by the looks of it. But then he's like, oh no, we're not able to do damage. That's fine, let's go for this. And he's just like, okay, I'll just like, dance around with this, pick off creep tumors as I can. Yeah, he's got an Observer. And that clears the way for a really strong follow-up push. If you keep clearing these creep tumors, your next push has just got less room for them to engage without getting trapped by force winds. Whenever they come forward with the Ravagers to corrosive bile you, if they're off creep, it's much more dangerous, much easier for you to force field them and trap them up against your Immortals where you kill them. But if they're on creep, it's much harder for you to trap them. They're just so quick to run in, drop biles, run away. So really cool follow-up. Then adds the Twilight when he can afford it, obviously probing up. And the thing is, like, I really feel like after he defended it, Reynor just kept building Lings for way too long here. And then he even builds a pack of Roaches and makes Ravagers. If he was at 60 drones already, what can Hero do as a follow-up? Not that much. So I feel like basically Reynor here was like, technically I should be trying to get at least a 50-55 drones. So I've got an economic advantage over a 2-base 45 probe player. And from there, I can build Roach Ravager, defend, and be okay. But you can see Reynor here is like, I'm just preparing for an all-in. Didn't make a lair. He was like, just make Roaches and Ravagers, just make Zerglings, have plenty of units out. I know he's going to attack. I know he's going to attack. So what's happened here is the classic thing where Hero, the cheesy player, has maintained flexibility. A cheesy player who just has one track, one gear, and they just follow that and they don't adjust, are the worst kind of cheesy players. Do you know why? It's because they lose to what Reynor did in this game. Reynor literally was like, I'm going to actually be on less economy than you for all game. Just have a giant army, and when you attack me, I will crush it with Defender's Advantage, and it's the easiest game of my life. And if Hero was a fucking dumbass who just sat there like, oh, I'm still going to commit to the ramp. Or he's like, okay, that didn't work, but I'm still going to commit to a 45 probe attack. Easiest win of Reynor's life. But look at this. Hero keeps scouting with this. He sends a hallucination. And he's like, no, like, I saw heaps of Roaches and Ravagers. I see that you're not even pushing out. You haven't even pulled extra queens out. The reason I keep picking these tumors off is you're not even investing in extra queens for creep spread and pushing back my harass. You're only committing to direct combat units. Oh, well, let's not commit to my push. I'm still going to gather more energy. Let's just drop the third, build more probes now that I realize what's happening, and just keep teching up. And Reynor here just keeps on not taking any economic risks. At this point, finally, he does go for 64 drones, but with how many Ravages and Lings, and this is something Roddy and myself were both thinking, but Roddy was really hitting home, and he's like, why not push across the map with this? You know, this is not that scary, an Immortal in a Warp Prison. Your Queens can deal with that. Push across with all your Roaches and Ravages. If we go back a minute, surely there's a window here. If you've over-invested in units as Reynor, your economy's been behind most of the game. I really feel like you've got to deny that third or delay that third. You've got to slow down your opponent's tech a little bit here, right? Because you've built so many units, and you're building more. I mean, go across with your Ravages, deny this base. I don't think this is a very powerful army, right? So because Hero did cut workers earlier at 35, and even though he's progressing, he's going for a lot more stuff. He's going upgrades, Forge, so he's got Forge, Twilight, he's built like an Observer, he's trying to probe up, he's dropping a third. He's doing all these things that don't buff his army right here, right now. He's not using his gateways. He's got 6 gateways, remember? And he's just not using them. Not using them. At the very least, you can force him to spend money on that. Instead, Reynor played a bit too careful. He's like, no, I don't want to throw away units on your side of the map. You're just going to attack me. So I think Reynor here showed a bit of strategic simplicity in how he approached Hero. I think he treated Hero as a very one-dimensional cheeser when he's not. He's a fucking 4-dimensional cheeser. He's happy to continue and progress. So I think over this time, you look at a Zerg who's given up the creep advantage, and you might be like, oh, look, he's up 10 workers. How long has he ever up 10 workers for in this game, guys? Not very long. There's a few moments where he was down in workers, and when you're just making Roaches, Ravages, and Banelings, your Evo is this late. You don't have a Spy, you don't have an Infestation, you don't have Creep. The fact that you've got a small economic lead at 1 or 2 moments in this game does not make up for the fact that your opponent's building good units and you're not. You're building very low tier units. You need an economy advantage. Whole point of Ravagerling Bane is it's so flexible. You can make a ton of Banelings or a ton of Ravages if you see a push coming at a moment's notice, and then you can defend. Reynor, though, was like, I'm just going to build so many units. And it's like, well, you're meant to use that flexibility of that composition, that defensive power, especially when it's on creep, to get an economic advantage, and that's what pushes you through the next stage. Reynor didn't do that. He treated Hero like he was a simpleton, and Hero there with the flexibility kept it going. Good shit. Let's go into the next game here, as we are going in to map number 3. World of Sleepers. Top right is Reynor. Bottom left, it's Hero. Action-packed series so far. Once again, Hero sending out a very early probe. He wants to drop that 14 pilot immediately on 100 minerals. And he's actually going to go back to mine. So I always wonder with that, where I'm like, is it worth it? Because look at this. He's going to drop the gas. Unless he goes Nexus first. Oh, he goes Nexus first this game. Okay. Does he? Or he just doesn't mind delaying his gateway, I guess. He does delay his gateway by a few seconds here, I guess. Oh, actually, no, it's a 17 gate. Oh, okay. Because his pylon's right on time. And he does that chrono immediately. Huh. He is putting on gas a bit early as well. Interesting. No scout for Hero. He wants to get his tech up really fast. Assuming there's no 12 pool here on the biggest map in the map pool. Good shit. Big shout out, Imperious Punishment. Thank you for taking my advice and going and watching the Pylon show from last week. Listening, I really can't recommend enough listening to that episode about BlizzCon wrap-up episode. Maynard has a fantastic rant in it where he's just very honest. I think he gives voice to a lot of the frustrations that people have been having in the community. And they do touch on a few points that I didn't touch on. I do add, I have a little video where I feel like maybe I was, like after listening to that rant, I had this little video, some of you may have seen it, where I'm like, everything's kind of getting shafted, not just StarCraft. So just keep in perspective, it's not just StarCraft that's having trouble. It's Blizzard esports in general. Seems to be getting, less funding, less organized, kind of weird. There's like a changeover of stuff and things are a bit odd. But at the same time, I think maybe I didn't give enough voice to the frustrations that we're all feeling, myself included, in that video. And I think Maynard, if you were feeling a little bit like I didn't give you guys justice with what I said in that video, I was trying to point out that not everything is like, oh, they just hate StarCraft. I wanted to point out that there's like a big movement within Blizzard overall this BlizzCon where things were clearly not the way they were in previous years. So that's why I really want you guys to take a look at that. Yeah, if you're you guys are talking about gas before gate. Yeah, it was gas before gate. So if you're not gonna scout, you can actually go gas before gate, and it just allows you to start your tech really early, gives you a real crisp build. And this is especially powerful if you're doing this. That proxy Stargate started at exactly 2 minutes 20. And then you're going to chrono boost 2 oracles straight into these mineral lines. Awesome opening. Now, I'm a big fan with this opening of always going double chronoed adept. If I'm going to proxy a Stargate, maybe that doesn't time out as nicely with this build. Obviously, we've got the Stalker here looking to deny scouting as part of how Hero does. I love just the power of having 2 adepts over there, keeping your opponent busy, shading around, especially with, check it out, guys, people are skipping Ling speed, man. I feel like the big thing that wasn't abused as much as I would have liked it to be, and it's partially because the map's so big, is so many Zergs were opening Overlord speed. I would have loved to see double adepts, because you're in there with 2 adepts bouncing around, and then the Oracle arrives. I tell you, man, Zerg players will struggle very hard with that. This proxy Stargate is the other build, which I really wanted to see a lot more of in this tournament, because this Overlord speed opening was so good. Don't get me wrong, guys, it scouts pretty early, but verifying that your opponent doesn't have tech and has proxy Stargated you, seeing that at 3:30 is not early enough. Oh, fuck. He actually spotted the Oracle. He didn't react. Reynor didn't notice that he spotted the Oracle. Oh, God. Oh, he's reacting so late. This Oracle should get at least 5 kills. How's Hero's micro? 1, 2. Great Spore trick. Can he get another? Oh, my God. Great Spore Crawler tricks there from Reynor. Does still lose 4 drones and mining time. Second Oracle is about to pop. This is massive. This can do big damage. Remember, though, guys, imagine if there were 2 adepts coming over here. Who gives a shit about these stupid over... If you come in with 2 adepts right now as well, you just win this game. You kill so much stuff. Great defense by Reynor, though. That Spore just starting. That Spore almost finished. It's not there just yet. Oh, he's looking for drones. Oh, doesn't find it. Doesn't find it. And because he showed the oracles, he knows the queens are going to be ready. Comes in. Queens are ready. And the Stargate's going to go down, which means you're not going to be able to build a Phoenix or a 3rd Oracle. Oracle's still flying around. They're like, where are the drones, man? Where are the drones? They're going to go for the queen. Will they get her? No, they won't. The other queens come down. You got to get out of here. Oh, my God. Hero keeps that Oracle alive on 4 hit points. Nicely done. On the other side of things, though, Reynor does snap the Stargate. He's still in it to win it. He's still got a chance. He's got a Spore up on his 3rd base. He's up on just 3 queens right now. I actually love this choice by Reynor, saying, you know what? One of your oracles is deep in the red. I'm just going to ferry these 3 queens around. They're not control group, but he's like, I'm just going to move them around, have them in position. I'm going to try and defend as well as I can with just 3 queens. And I'm actually going to focus a lot more on droning. Oh, God, Reynor. Ooh, last second reaction. Not too bad. Losing 2 drones for a little bit. Not a big deal. Reynor denies the first attempt on the 3rd base. Hero here. Looks like he wants to go for an Archon drop. How many gateways we got? That's a 6-gate Archon drop. This is one of those middle-of-the-road pressures. So you're going to make 2 Archons, and then you're going to warp in 6 Zealots with this. No charge. So he's not investing in charge. I love charge with this, to be honest. I would love to see it. But even just slow Zealots with the Archons ruin Zerglings. If we got a Roach Warren, we do. 3 Roaches are on the way. Right now, Oracle does come in. 1, 2, and 3 kills. Nicely done. Total of 7 workers killed, though. This Proxy Stargate definitely not doing quite as much as Hero would like. And it's 50 drones versus 48 probes. Double Archon drop about to enter for the first time. Finds an Overlord on the south side. Going to pick that up. Nice stutter step with these Archons. Catches that speed Overlord. Now, Queens are going to have time to get in position, so he's got to be real careful coming in here. Does drop. Focus fires the Queens. Will he get that Queen? Good. Focus fire. Picks up and leaves. Nice micro. Only takes a little bit of hull damage. Observers coming over can join up with this to snipe the Tumors. We've still got an Oracle there and an Oracle on the defense, which is going to defend this 3rd base. Very nicely done. That Oracle chases off a lot of those Zerglings. Behind this, Hero does have +1 charge and Immortal production starting up, gearing up for a potential future push. Archon's picking off Creep Tumors, keeping Reynor busy. Reynor forced into Roach speed and more Roaches. It's going to go up to at least 12 or 15 Roaches to stay safe here. Nice. He's doing good. He's doing really good, guys. Reynor is managing to stabilize in a very difficult position. And this time around, he's actually got that economic advantage early. 63 drones despite a very chaotic start. Nice snipe on the Tumor there and gets a Queen. Oh, Hero is so irritating with this single Prism micro, man. Overseer is going to go across the map. We've got a 2nd Robo on the way. Are we going to see the Robotics support bay? He's loved it in all the other games. I don't think he's going to go for it this game. It usually goes down at the same time as the 2nd Robo, so just a ton of Immortals right now. Archon's coming to that main base. Obviously, using those shields as a renewable resource will go in. Ooh, nice attempt on the stasis, but just cued it from a little bit too close. Could have done that from out of Spore range. A little bit unfortunate. Hero, ooh, big prism damage. Ouch, 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 ouch. He's gonna go for the queen anyway. So that queen, of course, mighty exposed. Does end up picking up and getting out of there, though. A low hit point prism, always a point of danger. So Hero is going to build a sick immortal count, and you know what, guys? There's no melee. It's almost like Hero can see in this game. He's like, you know what? My Colossus haven't done that much for me. But not just that. I somehow know you're not going Ling Bane with it this time. It's pure Roach Ravager. Reynor's going for a 4th. He doesn't have Swarmos. He doesn't have a Nidus Worm. It's just a gigantic Roach Ravager attack. This is some old school shit. And this is the worst thing against Double Robo Immortal, guys. You do not want this against Double Robo Immortal. Reynor is like gearing up for a gigantic push. I mean, obviously this is a great defensive army, but once again, is Reynor just stuck in a position where he's kind of just saying, oh, your attack isn't coming. Why isn't your attack coming? Oh, you have a fully saturated base and you're teching up? Shit. I built a giant army. At least this time he's trying to use it, but I think he's very quickly going to realize, hey, this Oracle picks off a Ravager. Queen comes forward to help fight that, but I don't know, man. Just, yeah. Revelates the army. And Reynor's like +1 melee Baneley Nest. He's going to build a lot more workers. He has more creep spread. This is not like that Acropolis game, but I mean, this is such a big roach count. I feel like in this game, I actually feel really uncomfortable. As Reynor, I would probably split about 15 roaches up here, maybe with a pack of lings, and try to like backstab the natural. I would be setting up for a base trade because I just look at this and I say, this is a bit awkward. Actually, yeah, I like this. Break down the rocks. He pushes this way, you come through this way. Like, just be ready to backstab from all sides. I also love Corrosive Bile. If you can run your army up here and Corrosive Bile from the high ground, sometimes that's nice. I guess you get cornered. That's actually really dumb. It's like one of those things where I'm like, well, if your opponent's shit, he'll let you Corrosive Bile his workers and get away. That's a really dumb idea, Pig. That's so silly. Reynor's so afraid of an attack, he's building spines right now. So he's actually gone and built so many structures, he's actually reduced his worker count to a similar economy again. Oh god, he might get cornered here. He's got to be careful. There's a lot of force fields in that army. 2 Ravagers do go down on that side. The Lings are looking for the backstab, but like I said, I think you need more. I think you need roaches there. I don't think you want to fight this army front on. This is just such a bad Zerg force, guys. I don't think you can fight it. Yeah, now he's given up position. Oh my god, those force fields. Does miss the last force field on the left. He could have trapped a lot more roaches there. Bit of a screw up from Hero. Nonetheless, though, he's gained position, and he's like, come in, come fight me, buddy. Come fight me. Obviously trying to pull back from the Ravagers. Gets the 4th, gets the 2nd Evo chamber. Reynor trying to throw down a wave of Biles here. He's trying to zone him out. I mean, you can't really break Ravagers very easily if they keep falling back like Reynor's doing. The Banelings don't have Bane speed. Oh, I mean, they hit. Archon's very clumped. The Immortal's a little clumped as well. If Reynor can clear this, it's okay. I really think Hero should pull back right now. He needs to wait for another charge lot warp in. Those Immortals are so weak. One of them goes down in the front. Another one's about to fall here. Biles landing. You got to pull out right now. An Immortal rallies across the map and comes into the center. It gets surrounded. Hero, where are the Zealot warp-ins right now? He's got 10 gateways, but he's only warping in a few Zealots at a time. He's so focused on queuing up more Immortals at home. I mean, it looks like he's going to kill most of Reynor's army, but losing these Immortals would be an absolute fucking disaster. He does not want to lose all these Immortals. Okay, if he can just withdraw. You got to get the fuck out of here, Hero, you psycho. Hero's just crazy. Another Immortal, I think, just ran forward and rallied into the fight and died there. Oh, dude. Okay, Hero, go home. Go home. You're drunk. You're drunk. Go home. Go home. It was a perfectly fine fight because he's got a 4th on the way. 3 base versus 3 base. Trading is okay. It's just one of these things where you can get so much further ahead if you preserve the Immortals in these engagements. Anytime all your barriers are gone, you want to pull back, disengage, get your shields back up, get your barriers back up. That is how you will just drown this Zerg composition. I think Hero maybe was a little bit worried about Mutalisk switch because he didn't have a lot of scouting. He was kind of like, you know, I've got to force the fight before you get up. Maybe you're going Broods, maybe you're going Mutas. I've got to be worried about these things. Reynor still just doing pure Zergling backstabs. I'd love to see a little bit more, but I think that might be enough. Oh, here we go. Banelings on the south. Lings distract, Lings distract, Lings distract. Banelings come back in. Good pro pull. Great response there by Hero. Only losing 3 probes. 4th Nexus does get cancelled, though. So good damage for Reynor. He's trying to rebuild his 4th. He's still got fudge all. Now, Roach Ravager Baneling, guys, you often will see it beat Protoss when they're on even armies, even overall supplies. The difference in those scenarios is there's like 50 Banelings. Remember, same as in that Acropolis game, there's just not that many Banelings. Banelings are the very supply-efficient unit that makes Ravager Baneling look awesome. But, yeah, this is actually insane. All right, Lings are going to take down these Zealots. That's a good little run by But at the same time, Hero's gaining position. He's like, I'll just fight you, dude. I've got +2. You've only got +1 attack on each of your units. I got a good Archon count. How many Archons? I've got 4. Another 2 about to morph in. That is 8 Immortals with +2 attack, guys. That Archon takes a lot of damage, but hey, your 4th base is gone. Get wrecked, says Hero. Zealot's going to charge on top of those Zerglings. I mean, Reynor's trying to fight from behind, but what's the Hail Mary play? You've got nothing. He's like, I got a Hive. What are you going to do with it? You can't go Broodlords off this economy. You'll get like 3 Broodlords and they won't do anything. Your opponent can just split up and attack you in 2 places, or simply run through and just ignore the Broodlords. Nice hot pickup. Does clear the creep tumors there. +2 melees get a finish. Will make the Banelings a lot stronger. It's just, hey, you're looking at a 30 army supply advantage here. Reynor just committing to way too much Roach Ravager in this game, and once again, expecting Hero to play a simplistic style. You cannot blind counter this sort of stuff, guys. You cannot blind counter an aggressive Protoss who has as much flexibility as Hero. Hero is like scouting, because he's so active with his Prism. Every time Hero's, even though you see him do these sharp timings, you can often get this stuck in his mind of like, oh, he just does that every game. He does it if he sees you're weak to it. He doesn't just blindly commit to things like a dumbass. Like, he actually thinks his shit through. Nice Archon dropping the Banes there. So if his Prism sees you massing units, he'll just build more probes and defend. And we've seen this now 2 games in a row where Reynor finds himself stuck on this poor creep spread, poor economy, a Ravager Baneling, and he's like, oh, shit. If he went straight to Ravager Baneling off 75 drones, I think he's in an amazing position in this game. But here, I think Reynor's just having a hard time get a read on exactly how much Hero is committing to his attacks. And now look at this, shield batteries, Archons, Immortal Storm being added in. Holy crap, you don't see Hero get that in this matchup very often. Hero's normally pushing you with other units. Oh my god, there's more Zealots than there are Zerglings. That's a maxed out Protoss, guys. 10 Immortals, 7 Archons, 28 Zealots. Oh, Storm Drop, I forgot he did that. Holy shit, that's such a big dick move. I love you so much, Hero. You are so cool. Oh, that was so awesome. Big combat Storm Drop to initiate the fight. Blasts a lot of the Banelings, gets the rest of them down to low hit points. And Hero's army is just so much bigger, man. All the Banelings are gone. It's 16 Ravagers and 4 Banelings. He's going to go for a little Immortal Pokey Poke. Oh, this is so sick. Yeah, more High Templar coming in. They are on 60 energy. So they're 15 energy from Storm. They're fresh Warpins. Can't use more Storms just yet. Reynor's going to try to go greatest, but I love how patient he is. Remember what I was talking about. You just don't commit if you've lost your barrier. Wait for your shields. You got to, oh, look at this. I got a 4th base up. I'm making more dudes. I'm making Blink, which is a good intermediate response to Broodlords. He's looking for Storm Drop again. That Prism. That Prism. Oh, he's just going to use these ones. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. He's looking for it. Oh, my God. Such a sick way to start a fight. Eats a few biles, but he's like, wait, I just have 1,000 times the unit count here. You have? Okay. I'll just win. No worries, buddy. You see how the Ravagers keep withdrawing? They keep trying to pull back and just bait Hero into biles time and again. And Hero's like, okay, I'll spread out and kill your base. And the Ravagers are like, we're still here fighting. Reynor is like doing what you need to do, but he's just behind. 2-1 advantage to Hero. GG, well played. Ah, man. Thank you very much, Les12 with the 27-month resub. Am I going to play Warcraft 3 Reforged? Yeah, I played a few games the other day. It's fun. Yeah, it's a good game, dude. I haven't played in a while. And I was always bad. Let's go. Map number 4. Down here at the bottom right, in the blue, it's Reynor. Up here in the top left, in the red, it is Hero. Roddy was telling me that it's actually really unfortunate, though, because they actually increased the hit points on Spirit Wolves. So they actually get purged by creeps now. So Roddy is a Farseer god. I love Farseer. I was never a Blade Master guy because I was a noob. So I just liked having summons, right? Tank damage for me and shit when I'm creeping. And he was telling me that because they gave a 50 hit point buff, they're like, we're buffing the Farseer. And he's like, oh, it's actually a nerf because you just can't creep properly on a lot of the maps. Because like the Null, the little, what are they called? Null poachers or whatever. It's Null poachers and the Renegade Wizards. And all the other guys, they just keep doing Abolish Magic and Purge on your Spirit Wolves. So what he was saying, like, yeah, they tried to buff the Spirit Wolves and they kind of fucked it up. So he's actually like, yeah, not very comfortable in Warcraft. I don't know. I am a massive noob. I played probably mostly Orc, but I played every race. I played it at random. Undead was my worst. Undead was the race which I sucked the most at. I think Orc, then Human, then Night Elf, then Undead was my race strength in Warcraft 3. I'll do some content for it. I'll do some like massive beginner guides on it as well, because I'll be like, guys, I'm the equivalent of a Platinum League player, and I'm going to give you guys a guide on how to fucking get from Bronze to Plat. And it's really basic shit, and there's going to be wrong information in it, and it's going to be fantastic. So I hope you guys enjoy that. It's going to be great. It's going to be a lot of fun. I'll do some videos on it for sure. Probably wait for full release, though. Alright, so Hero has gone for the wall-off. His scout's been annoying. He's been denying scouting. I mean, Reynor's just got to play a better game, man. He just didn't... He was like he was just playing, you know, he was playing like Hero was an idiot in the last two games. Hero played a really good game, and Reynor just looked outclassed because of that. I want to see Reynor actually push his economy, especially here on Thunderbird, dude. It's like, you don't need to play so safe. Get a proper economy lead, put the pressure on Hero to come kill you. Hero sees you having a shitload more workers than him. He's like, fudge, I gotta do the push. But you have to force your opponent's hand to make them go all in. And Reynor here is trying to do some really basic bitch blind counters, like where he's like, I just hope you attack. Oh, you're not attacking? Shit. That's low level counters, man. Doesn't work at this level of play unless your opponent's being a bit of a dummy, you know? I was never really a Diablo boy, guys. I just never had Diablo 2 growing up, so I never really played it. I played D3. I was like, I'll try a Diablo game, and everyone's like, yeah, that's not a Diablo game. I enjoyed clicking on things for a bit, but Diablo doesn't really seem like my sort of game. So it's kind of like a precursor to MMOs, or, you know, it's kind of like very MMO-ish, right? And I'm just not about games that are about grinding and picking up loot and stuff. Like, if I play an RPG, I like it for atmosphere and story and challenge as well, like especially mechanical challenge, mixed in with a bit of like building up your character. So for me, Diablo never floated my boat, but I never really gave it a proper try. Same thing with WoW. Like, I'm not a very social gamer, so that's why I never really enjoyed WoW that much. I played for a few weeks, but like I never got involved enough in guild stuff, so I didn't find it that fun. I was like, it's just a grindy game. I don't like grinding games. I like games where it's active problem solving. The only time I can handle a game that's a bit too easy or not as challenging and find it fun, the only time I can do that... Oh, he's going to pull the queens out of position. Oracle waits. Queens pull to the left. Oracle dives. Ooh, very nice. Very nice. The only time I can do that is if the story's really good and the atmosphere is really good, guys. Oh, a 5th drone as well. Big screw up there by Reynor. He's taking some big damage, guys. 5 drones from the first Oracle. Oof. Phoenix takes out that Overlord as well. Ooh, just that little move with the Adepts was so nice, and he just brings them home. Hero walling off the front of the base as well. Oh, this is a really nice setup. His third base is too late, though. I guess RoboForge Twilight before third is okay. I do like the single Oracle opening. I actually don't mind it. I think single Oracle is a good opening, guys. Zerg wants to play safe against this. They should build a faster Roach line. And yeah, it's an okay time to Roach line. It's pre 5 minutes at least, but I think Reynor's being greedy enough. I think he should bounce back from this pretty well. Good Phoenix, by the way. Second Overlord kill on that. That's nice. 9 lava for Reynor right now. Oh, fuck me, man. I thought he was about to explode, but actually losing that Overlord just fucked him pretty hard. Now he can spend all that lava. It's just later than he wanted it to be. Hero banking on these kind of stasis traps while nothing else is really happening. Not a big fan. Oh god, Reynor just got supply blocked again. Oh, he keeps losing Overlords, guys. Reynor, you got a drone. Reynor should have been at 66 drones 20 seconds ago, guys. And now he's just chilling on 50, and now he's like, shit, I need to build roaches to be safe. Yeah, Reynor does not have the economic lead he would like. Neither does he have the information he would like. That Phoenix, the sentries, the Stalker, Was there a Stalker? No, but just the Phoenix being so good at shutting that down. And look, it's the Phoenix come in and Hero's like, oh wait, your lair's not even finished? Like, you don't even have any tech up or an Evo chamber? So Hero should be feeling really good. Now, let's actually watch where Hero goes, because Reynor's literally just setting up in a very similar position to the previous games, where he's like, I will just build safety units, and playing a bit overly safe. Hero's going to push out. I love this push out. I would have liked him to push I would have liked him to push all the way up to here, and then only then pull back. As it is, what have we got? A Prism on the way, +1. I don't want to see Colossus. Templar Archives tells me it's not going to be Colossus. Oh, Corrosive Bile takes out the Stasis Trap. I mean, you should just be picking off drones. Shouldn't be doing it this way. I really think he should. Obviously, I guess Hero's struggling to hit his macro quite right. He's like, macro? Building probes non-stop? This is fucking weird. Normally, I'm attacking. Not really. He's in a good spot, though. Really healthy position. You might be like, oh, Zerg's out in supply. 7 Roaches, 2 Ravages, guys. That's a lot of shit supply. Please tell me that dies before it morphs. Oh, we didn't move the sentries over here. Sentries are right there. Oh, barely gets it. Oof. Calculated, right? Did he just do 3 hallucinations? He's really worried about Mutatek. He's so worried. He's like, I need to see what you're doing. All right.
Upgrade complete.
Just sees roaches coming out, sees a lair. You will finally see an infestation pit. Adepts come in, don't really get much. Do we have a second robo? Only one. I really think we need to see a second robo from Hero. I mean, he clearly wants to move out and just take a 4th base. You can't really do storm timing attacks. That's not a thing. Yeah, he's got to secure a fast 4th here. The question is, what is your pre-brood? It's got to be a pre-brood lord timing attack, right? Okay, so he's going to go for the storm drop. 2 High Templar coming across the map in there. That Oracle not really finding much damage. That War Prism hasn't really been doing a lot. So I think the idea is he comes in, drops the Adepts, and then storm drops this mineral line while the opponent's distracted. But the thing is, Reynor has got great Overlord spread. Oh, that Oracle needs to get out of there. He's going to get out of there, but he needs to get back. The lack of a second Robo, I think, really hurts Hero's ability to get a lot of Immortals in this push. It means his Archon, his push is going to be much more Archon dependent for tanking. No, oh god! Okay, he gets shot by the Spore Crawler, gets a few workers, only 5, not a big deal. That was just queued in. Real lazy micro there from Hero. Did do that storm drop. Okay, meanwhile, Blink is on the way, so he's preparing for that. Okay, I think if you're going to play mass ground and rely on Blink, you should go second Forge. I think there's no reason not to go... Yeah, he's going 11 Gateway. You should go second Forge. If you can get +1 and then +2 armor, it is so good versus Lings. Alternatively, if you're going to go for a big Archon push, you could argue for, okay, just save all the gas and just commit to it. In that scenario, I feel like you shouldn't be starting Blink this early, though. I feel like you should commit hard to a Blink timing. I mean, as it looks, it seems like Hero wants to just kind of progress onwards and just use Blink Stalkers to fight and just skirmish right up until the point. Oh my god, he just F2'd his Prism through the Queens. Oh my god, Hero F2's way too much, guys. Every time Hero does a really silly blunder, yeah, look at this, F2, all of his units just group up. He does a bit of F2ing, guys. Even though he control groups his army sometimes, like right now, he has no army control group. He's just control grouped his High Templar just then, and then he's morphed them into Archons accidentally. And he has great manual control, but he can't handle big armies very well because of that sometimes. Let's see how Hero does this. He's trying to storm drop here to initiate the fight, which is very cute. Broodlords aren't here yet. This is actually great. This is a really patient way of starting the fight. And he's actually just picking away at him. Baneling count is at 44 with 21 more Banelings. You gotta spread! You gotta spread! Hero, no! No, 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 no! All the Zealots just died to the Banelings. Every barrier got activated. His army was way too clumped. I was talking about Archons this whole time. He did not have enough Archons there. Where was the Archon count? And they needed to be spread out like crazy. Oh, God. The biggest problem there was the Zealots. Guys, 10 minutes, we're going to look at that fight. Why would you have 25 Zealots in one engagement? He had 2 Prisms. He should have been dropping Zealots in the main down here, attacking with Zealots from there. The whole point is the main army forces their army to come and respond. You pick away there, and you've got to attack with most of your Zealots on the backstab because they're just not useful in a big engagement. If your opponent has enough Banelings, all you can do is run away with those Zealots forever. Too many Zealots in that army from Hero. If you get a lot of Zealots, it is fine. You need to split up and attack in multiple areas. If you're attacking in the north, dropping Zealots in the main, and forcing a fight on the front, I guarantee you those Banelings will not hit correctly, but a massive screw-up with the handling of that engagement from Hero. And you guys really need to just go take a look at Showtime spreading. If you guys want to see how to spread a big Archon army versus a ton of Banes, it's all about that Archon spread. I keep telling the story of how after this group stage, we were asking about the Stormless pushing style with Mass Archon that Showtime does. Cyril said it's really hard to beat. It's really hard to reliably stop with Ravager Baneling. Oh, I'll hold that thought. Oh, he's F2'd the Prism again. Ah! Spread your units out. Stop F2ing. Why did you warp in Stalkers as well? Super fucking random. Okay, so he wants to be able to blink on the Broodlords. The Stalker's a good generic unit. They can work out. I mean, he might be able to break through, but... Oh my god. Reynor's actually so shocked that he's pushing in again that half of his army's on the left-hand side. His army's not here. His Banelings were getting ready to backstab, and he's just like, wait, what the fuck? You're fighting me? How many Broodlords have we got up, guys? 2 Broodlords morphing. None are quite ready just yet. Hero here with a brutal fucking psychopath headbutt. He lost the previous battle, and he should have pulled back. That's what a normal Protoss player would have done, but he's Hero, so he's just diving. He's like, fuck you, I'm just going to blink on your face before you get Broodlords, dickhead. Drones are getting massacred on the left-hand side. They are being forced into the fight, but the Broodlords barely finish. The +2 melee Zerglings, remember, they have adrenal glands, and there was no armor upgrades on those Stalkers, so they just got savagely smashed by those Zerglings. The blink forward just a little bit too much. It almost worked. I tell you what, if Reynor actually expected that second wave of headbutt, he would have crushed that attack. But Hero here, he goes for it. It's the last thing you possibly expect, and it works out because of that exact fact. And that's just crazy, man. That is just insanity. Hero, the psychopath, just goes for it, man. All right. Stalker's here. They're just going to keep poking away. I mean, he's going for +3 attack now. Drops the 5th base, but, I mean, Hero's just got no units. I think he needs DT backstabs, Zealot backstabs. I don't know. It's just, it's too hard. If you don't invest in those armor upgrades, your frontal attack pre-Broodlord becomes so much more important. You can dance with Broodlords Infestors if you go double forge and get armor and shield upgrades for a lot longer. Especially armor is more important on Zealots. It allows your run bys to be much more powerful. Plasma Shield's more impactful in those direct engagements where the Archons tank a lot. It can make a big difference, but I really do feel like double forge, big economy, lots of, you know, movement styles can be really good. Pros insist it does not work. They're like, nah, players, Zerg's too mobile, they can cover it. These players don't get out of position enough. You know, you can't out-position a mass Zerg player. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like as they go for the Broodlords, they do become less mobile, and I really do feel like you can do it. I think more players need to try it out. Go Skiller style, get 17 gateways, 18 gateways, whatever it was, 90 probes. Man, it's getting really fucking hot in here, guys. Had to close my window. Oh god, I'm like sweating. It's really gross. Anyways. So what was I talking about earlier? I was talking about... Okay, so the Archon push. Reynor said it's easy with mass Baneling. Cyril said it's really hard. Reynor was like, nah, it's so easy, dude. You just mass Banelings, just make more Banelings, you'll always kill an Archon timing if they don't get Storm. Like, easy. Then you make the Broodlords, you're all good. Okay, big aggro Storm drop. He drops his Eye Templar in the front of the fight like a fucking psycho. I love you so much, Hero. All those Broodlords very low on hit points. A lot of Banelings come forward. Great micro. Those Banelings did fudge all, man. I think he actually overcommitted with those Banelings. I think he should have pulled back with the Banelings. You've got Broodlords. You can afford to in and out as much as you want. So the thing a Protoss player wants to do is they want to bait your army out in front of the Broodlords, like Reynor just gifted him that. Reynor should have disengaged with the Banelings and said, hey, come fight my Broodlords, then my Banelings will engage. Zerglings, uh-oh, a bit of a misrally there. Oh, whoa, 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 Banelings clear out the mineral line. 16 probe Stalkers are going to do a real cute attack down here. You got to be careful, Hero. Hero, your War Prism! Your War Prism! Ah! Barely survives there. He can just blink out of here. So this is actually a really nice attack. He can blink across the minerals, but Reynor knows it. Okay, Broodlords come from the right. Ground Army on the left. Ground Army's like, blink into me, blink into me! Oh my god, +2 melee Adrenal Zerglings. Almost every Stalker goes down, and suddenly Hero is looking dead in the water. starting Stargates and Fleet Beacon, that's how you lose a game. I really feel like Double Forge, more gateways, man. Tempests are not going to do anything. I was arguing with Cyril about this. I was like, Tempests are bad. Reynor was like, yeah, Tempests are the worst unit ever. And Cyril's like, they're really good. They're the best unit, dude. You need them against Broodlords. And I was like, really, Cyril, you think that? I was like, you've never fucking lost a Broodlord to a Tempest in your life. And he was like, no, they're really good. You just need enough to one-shot the Tempests, the Broodlords, though. So we both agreed 6 or at most 7 is the absolute maximum number of Tempests you should ever have. A lot of these Korean Protosses build 10 to 12. And it's just a fuckload of shit units, low hit points, low damage for their cost, overkilling as they one-shot Broodlords, and it's a huge waste. So I'm hoping Hero stops at 6 or 7. Oh, dude, what the fuck? Slow reaction, he's got so few units. Zerglings fighting Mass Zealot on the top line. This mineral line gets fucking ruined. And, oh man, Hero's just in trouble right now. How many Infestors we got up? No Infestors just yet, but the first 5 about to pop, going up to 11. We've got Flyer attacks on the way. +3 melee, adding Carapace now as well, which will give him a lot of longevity in those counter attacks, and that can be really nice. Whew, I'm actually getting lightheaded, guys. I need food. I think the lawn guy's finished. Alright, so we're gonna go back to that 10-minute fight. Sorry, I really wanted to do more analysis for this cast. We're gonna go on Reynor's vision, but I can't due to it's so hot.
The tumor is under attack. A creep tumor is under attack. Our forces are under attack. Mineral field depleted. Mutation complete. Mutation.
Sorry for that, guys. It's so hot in the room. I closed the window, and it's a hot day as well. I just grabbed. I felt kind of faint. I was like, "What the fuck, man?" I guess I'm just not used to the heat, and I've been overeating a lot, so my body's not used to warm up food. Mass Tempest is so bad, guys. So Tempest High Templar. Okay, guys. Tempest High Templar. Me and Roddy were talking about this when we cast this game live. Guys, what do you think counters... Let's play a game. What do you guys think counters this composition? Any guesses? The funny thing is, you can beat this with Infestors, but you could literally just make 25 Corruptors and just run in and kill all the air units. And as long as you're spread out, Storm is not going to stop that from happening. 25 Corruptors will just kill everything. Then you just go piss on every Nexus. You know what else beats it? Ling Bane. You run in with Ling Bane, all the High Templar go. And then they can't even Storm. You can literally attack this with just like 50 Zerglings, 20 Banelings, which is not a lot of supply. It's like 30 supply of ground units. 30, 40 supply of ground units, and the rest on Corruptors, and like you will crush this army so hard. Banelings, 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 Banelings! Oh, he's trying to recall units to cover it. He recalls 2 Immortals, 3 Immortals, does end up absorbing some of it. Zealots accidentally pulled back F2! Hero! Learn to use control groups, you fucking psychopath. He just F2'd his Zealots from killing a hatch and attacking into a poorly defended hatch, which they would have overwhelmed, I believe, because they do have better upgrades. Okay, so he's trying to use Fungal and Neural is how he's trying to deal with this. Down to just 7 Tempests now, which is actually the correct number. You don't want more than that because they just all shoot the same target. So, like, watch what's going to happen with these Tempests. They're all going to shoot the same unit. And it's like, well, it would have died to 2 or 3 shots. You don't need any more for that. Hero's an amazing player. He's just not a late game player. The thing is, I really do feel like every Protoss player out there is trying to play Mass Tempest. Not every, but a lot of them. And it just is so, it looks so bad, guys. Nice Disruptor shots. Oh, he actually gets a lot of those Infestors, but big Fungals. And the Corruptor's just gunning down these Tempests, man. There's only 3 left there. And the Broodlord's just going to roll over that ground army now. Yeah, oh my god. Even though he loses a lot of Infestors, he just kind of, with the chain Fungal, forced Hero to stand and fight. I feel like Hero, if he was just microing Prisms coming in from 2 or 3 sides all game, I really think he could give Reynor a run for his money in the late game. And I think, going for Tempest, it just seems like such a good way to lose a game. GG. So, someone in that is disgraceful for a pro. It's not, I mean, it's just such a complicated composition that it's like, you can't use this composition as Hero, I don't think. I think it's a bad composition in general, but especially for him, I think it's a bit, Imagine if that Prism went in and dropped Adepts here, and then gets around a Zealots off, or something like that. Or if that Prism drops the Adepts, shades them in there, and then just warps in Zealots to kill this hatch. So that's a big problem. At this point, he should have done this. I'm eating peanuts with a spoon. Because I'm not a fucking savage who puts salt and oil on their fucking keyboard, guys. Alright? So anyway, if you look at this fight, 8 High Templar with Storm, and that's really good. You want to have extra High Templar because he's focusing on dropping the High Templar and trying to engage with Storm. I do think sending Zealots in from another side at the same time is going to get more mistakes out of your opponent, especially if you've got 2 Prisms, you might as well. Great economy, 72 probes, big economy here for Hero, 11 gateways. Like I said, no Forge, which means this kind of timing window pre-Broodlord is really important. Notice Great Aspire should have started. Because Reynor was expecting an attack, he's basically saying, well, I'll go to Hive, I'll open up towards Great Aspire, but I'm not going to invest in it straight away because, like, I see that you're trying to kill me. I just got to make sure I have enough Ravages and Banelings to survive. And Reynor, like I said, it's all about having that crazy Baneling count. Now, one of the big problems you face with Storm is that you actually can't kill Banelings on creep before they hit your army. Remember, guys, once Speed Banes kicks in, Banelings go up to 35 hit points. That upgrade actually gives them a 5 hit point boost. How often do you see red hit point Banelings blowing up in your Protoss army? A lot, right? It makes a big difference. So number 1, great Baneling drop by Reynor. I love it. That's really good. At the same time, some cute Storm drops here by Hero to initiate this fight. Like, really cool. I love it. I love it. It's just a really cool way to start the fight. I feel like if you send a few Zealots in, they're basically free units at this point. It would be amazing. He's making a lot of Archons, which is awesome. But wait. What the fuck is... That's... Is that 19 Zealots? Yeah, Bane Speed in early Legacy, they made it so Bane Speed gives +5 hit points. Maybe a year or 2 into Legacy, a year and a half into Legacy of the Void. 11's just learnt that. Yeah, it's actually really good, dude. So, 19 Zealots. I mean, this is the big problem, guys. These don't add anything to this army. And remember, if you're committing, I really do feel having a few more Immortals is huge. Immortals absorb so many Banelings. Archons absorb so many Banelings. And the thing is, don't get me wrong, once all the Banelings are gone, Zealots are amazing. So having some Zealots in your army and just pulling them behind your army, always worth it. But imagine if these 10 Zealots were fucking attacking here or being dropped in the main and warped in there and you try to take out the Spire. If you kill the Spire, you know you buy yourself an extra 2 minutes until they can get Broodlords. I think Hero was like, I'm just going to fucking storm you. Let's go. And it was like, okay, but do we need to? If you actually look at this, obviously I see everything. But you're like, he's actually not going to make Broodlords for a while. Not just that, we have Blink on the way. Even if Broodlords come out, if it's like 5 Broodlords, we actually don't care that much with this army. Yeah, we don't have armor upgrades. It's not great, but there's no +2 melee. It's just +1 melee Broodlings. They don't do that much damage. So I really feel like Hero here... I'm kind of looking at it and saying, you're pretty all in with this push, but this is not an army that can crash through your opponent. So, like, I look at this and I say, this is not as well thought out as it should be. There should be just better focus on actually splitting up your zealots, boosting your army, more Archons, and if you're going to push down here, spread your shit out. Don't fucking bring everything. Box those zealots and move them back right now, which he does, and then he moves them forward again. No! It's such a bad fight. Look at that. So imagine if 10 zealots charged in on this flank right now. Imagine if 10 zealots charged in on that flank from there. Once most of the banelings are gone, it's amazing. Zealots wreck roaches. Especially, what often happens is the roaches are trying to get on top of your Archons and Immortals, and all your Archons and Immortals get into like low hit points, the barriers are gone, and then you charge in front with Zealots. And the thing is, roaches need to kite backwards to be efficient against Zealots, but they really want to finish off these Immortals and Archons. So it puts the Zerg in a position where they're like, do I finish the Immortals and Archons and take crazy damage from the Zealots, or do I do it the other way? So I think this was a big missed fight from Hero, missed opportunity. Poor Zealot micro, not spreading his Archons and Immortals enough, going a little deep on creep, and not utilizing double Prism nearly as well as he could have. It's kind of nice to have one Prism warping in, one dropping Storm. Maybe he wants to do that, but he's got to be more methodical with his spreading. And this is something especially against Reynor. It's the same way when you're playing Reynor as a Protoss, you have to make sure your Prism doesn't get biled, because he's always flanking with 3 Ravagers and biling your Prism when you do a timing attack. You do a big 2 base attack, 2.5 base attack, bam, your Prism always gets sniped. So you're really careful with that Prism, you got to babysit it. But there's also the fact that you've got to just say, this kid's going to make 400 Banelings, I need to spread like crazy versus this. And just not quite enough spreading there. The Zealots, I mean, you just don't want that many Zealots. If you're going to do it, like I said, backstab with them. Even if the Prism's not there, just run them across the map from another angle. I feel like a human again, guys. Peanuts are the best. All chips should be eaten with chopsticks. Yeah, chopsticks or a fork. I've eaten Doritos with a fork on stream before. It's kind of great. It's kind of great, man. Alright, down here in the bottom right, it's Hero. Going across with a very early probe, looking for that hatch block. Up here in the top left, it's Reynor. He's actually going to go for a 16 hatch and find it blocked. He's like going for the hatch early, so it can't be blocked unless they got here super fucking fast. And I was like, god damn it. So he's going to have to go take his 3rd base. He's thinking about going back to take that one. Oh, he's going to do it. So I think it's much nicer to have your natural here. I think that's worth it. I think it's fine for Hero as well, because you want to make sure you're not being 12 pulled. So delaying that hatchery by 7 or 8 seconds is enough. It's enough. Like, it still messes up Reynor's build a bit. You know, his queen will be later, yada yada. Works out. Behind this, we got the gateway, 2 on gas, and actually he's going to fully saturate the minerals. I feel like Hero like changes his mind with his mineral gas saturation a lot, like during the game. I always get that impression. I'm like, does he know what is doing here, or is he making it up as he goes? Hero is actually an amazing player, so he's the kind of guy who can just like shift his build, just clicks his fingers. Actually, this is a good idea. He can just do it and do it really well. Are you as particular about real life micro as you are in StarCraft? Yes, yes, I am. By the way, guys, don't be a monster who eats unsalted peanuts. That's fucking crazy. Don't do it. You used to do a lot of hiking to save space. You would crush your bag of chips and then eat them with a spoon. Nice. People are like, wouldn't muesli bars and like nuts and stuff be better nutrient-wise when you're hiking than chips? That's not the point, guys. Point is, you want some fucking salty, fatty, oily chips. That's what. It's nice. How are you going, Kuzuru? I am swearing a lot today, aren't I? I normally like to swear for exclamation rather than just as like random filler for no reason. But today we're just fucking this, fucking that, which is fair enough. Ooh. Oh, Reynor, what the fuck are you doing, dude? Oh my god! Reynor's shitting the bed, guys! He thought he wasn't going to commit to the shade. He's already lost 2 workers. Oh my god, and that adept's going to get out? Does it get out? Does it get out? Oh my god, that adept gets out. The other adept comes in. He's already lost 2 drones and had to do 3 spore crawler tricks and 3 drones. 4 spore crawler tricks. Oh my god. And both adepts get out. That is a fucking disaster. Oh my god, that is so bad. This early in the game, you might be like, oh, good micro, he saved all of his drones. No, he lost 3, and every spore crawler trick this early costs you so much because he wasn't able to produce drones non-stop the way he wanted to. That is a huge expense. I mean, luckily for him, there's no oracles following it up because I feel like oracles, you know, could really get out of control. Like, if he was playing like Trap and Trap went 3 oracles from here, you'd just be too far behind. You don't see many peanuts in Canada? Peanuts are just like such a cheap nut, man. They're a cheap, tasty nut. I always see them in American movies. There is a peanuts in the fucking bar, right? That's a thing. And everyone puts their piss hands in them, all the drunks. And all get to share the hygiene, you know? And yes, cashews are the tastiest nut, guys. You know, people talk about No Nut November. I say fuck that shit, man. I say I will eat every cashew ever for all of November, man. Dude, look at this. These adepts are just dancing around. Hero's dancing around. Oh my god, he's just forced 16 Zerglings out. Dude, this is so bad. Reynor's in trouble, guys. The Prism does take a lot of damage. Sorry, I'm observing with my fucking key there. He's gonna shade in again. Oh, okay. Oh my god, he doesn't see them! Reynor checks for it, and he's just gonna wait for him to be distracted, and then he's gonna shade them in. Big dick boy hero. 2 Immortals gonna go for the next wave of drop. Now this third base will not be able to get down. Hero, you better fucking... Ah, Hero! Hero! It was really bad for Reynor. And now it's okay because he just killed every sentry. I mean, the Lings in the main aren't going to get anything. Natural gets cleaned up. Main doesn't get much. What are we looking at? 48 drones versus 41 probes. Hero is going for +1, is going up to 6 gateways. So a very scary immortal timing attack coming out. Third base does go down behind it. Just 41 probes. 50 drones here for the Zerg. But there is droning and a Nexus. So I feel like he's not going to commit that hard, actually. And wait. More Lings just ran in? What the fuck? Oh my god, he just lost more probes. Oh, this is ridiculous. Okay, so Hero's like, shit. My timing attack just got thrown off. So he's gonna run forward and headbutt his Prism through the inhibitor zone, and it gets sniped. And okay, the entire advantage of Hero's early adepts is here. Ooh, hold on, sorry guys. 1 sec. Sorry guys, apologies for that. Thought this series was a little bit shorter. I thought we'd be done 20 minutes ago, but I guess we dilly-dallied with that silly
My man!
Whoops. So let's continue here. This is of course the last game of the series. I mean, Hero's just lost his entire friggin' advantage. I mean, his Immortals get out of there at least. 62 drones versus 47 probes. I mean, the economy advantage is just epic for Reynor at this point. So Reynor's creep spread can finally start to grow. If he can focus on that a little bit, that'll be amazing. He's got a 4th base on the way. And some good shit. People in chat saying they don't even know what a pine nut is. They're like those nice little ones you get in really fancy salads. Sometimes you'll have them in like a meatloaf or something, or stuffing inside like a turkey or whatever. Might be pine nuts in there. They're pretty good. Adept's gonna focus down. Oh my god, this is actually, oh my god, 5, 6. Killing a bunch of Zerglings on the other side as well. I think he lost a Stalker. That's totally fine. I mean, man, this game's so sloppy on both sides. We're gonna see Hydra Tech come out for Reynor. Roach Hydra for Reynor. I feel like just go Banelings from here would be the no-brainer. But Reynor, he is a player who likes to shift it up and mix it up a lot. Double Robo Colossus is going to be there, which is obviously really good versus Hydras. Lurkiden goes down immediately, which means... Oh my god, these two Adepts. These are the ones from... Oh no, these are another two Adepts. Okay, these ones don't find anything. Good play there by Reynor. Cleans that one up. Got a Zealot drop going across. Disruptors and Colossus are okay. Disruptors are really good versus Lurkers to some extent, because they can just siege them down. So that could be quite powerful. The supply advantage is pretty massive. It's just, I mean, if you had like Banes coming in right now, like Bane speed kicking in, I feel like there's no way for Hero to defend a big Ravager Baneling timing. If you hit the natural wall up here, and you come from there and there, so like if he comes up to this ramp, you just like collapse from all sides, but otherwise you just bring in this third of your army and start breaking his wall. Infestation Pit is on the way, so can of course head up for the Adaptive Talons upgrade. And a big work account here for Reynor as well. So Reynor's going to be committing into the Lurkers really hard, not necessarily going for a timing attack as he's going up to the high 70s in Workers. Prism down the left-hand side is going to look for what it can find. Double Disruptor production, that's what you want, man. You've seen, you know, does he know about, I guess he knows about the Hydras and he says, hey, let's go Disruptors. More Prism Speed's on the way as well. Second Hydra upgrade on the way. We're going to see a Hive. There we go. Hive does start up. Big Roach Hydra Ball. Creep Spread not pushing out quite as fast as I would like from Reynor. He's doing pretty good. Could push it a little bit more aggressively though. I do like that Hero realizing, hey, I'm going to wait for you to come on the map and then I'll show these Zealots in this counterattack. How does Reynor know about this? Oh, he doesn't. He's just protecting a 5th base. Okay. He's like, oh yeah, I'll just make sure. Oh, maybe he spotted the Prism earlier. Yeah. He misclicks it north. Oh my god, Reynor. Good catch, good catch. He should have Overlords down here, by the way, as well as he should have Overlord out there and there. So not the greatest map vision from Reynor. He's not really dotting his I's, crossing his T's, but he's up at 82 workers. He's got a big army supply. Upgrade advantage goes to Hero currently, but not for long. +2's catching up. I guess +3 will then kick in a bit later, though. 4th base is on the way for Hero, coming down quite late. A bunch of Roaches coming into attack there. Don't think he really has anything to defend that right now. Probe does spot it coming. And he says, hey, I'm going Blink Stalkers and Disruptor, apparently. Oh, that Disruptor gets focused down. Nice pick there for Reynor. And Reynor, I mean, not only gets the Disruptor, but he sees the Disruptor tech. He's already got a Viper on the way. I feel like if you go 2 or 3 Vipers, that's going to be amazing. Just one, not really going to cut it. Of course, for those who don't know, if a Disruptor has fired a shot and then you abduct the Disruptor, the shot gets cancelled. The Purification Nova just disappears. Roach is going to come in here. A lot of Zealots, man. I think he just attacked his own Roach. Reynor with a bit of misfocus fire. Killed his own Roach there, trying to focus down the Zealots. And, ooh, nice little Disruptor shot to clean up that Roach run by an inefficient trade out there for Reynor, who does now build 4 more Vipers. He's got Adaptive Talons on the way. How many Lurkers are we looking at? 8 Lurkers. He's trying to send a Lurker drop across, but it's going to fly straight through this army. Reynor. Okay. Does he have another drop? 2 other drop loads there. Okay, Lurkers here. Watch out, Disruptors! Ooh, Adaptive Talons isn't quite ready. It'll be done in 3 seconds, guys. So we'll be ready for this next engagement. But Hero's just going to try to wedge his way through. Disruptor shots, of course, look so bad through that Purification. So that's a bad area for Hero to engage. This is a much better area, whereas Disruptor shots can actually fly at full speed. The Lurkers are going to come down. They're a little bit exposed in the open, but there's so much support. Ooh, does get 1 Lurker. The Vipers need to start abducting. I would actually probably maybe even prioritize Immortals and Archons here, to be honest. Oh, Disruptor shots all whiff. A couple of abducts do go down, and some of those units falling. Stalk is absolutely terrible at standing their ground against Lurkers. They just get blasted to shreds by them. It's all just about surviving right now. That Zealot counter going in on the north-hand side. Reynor getting a little bit distracted. He's not in position. Those Zealots dive into that base. They're going to jump into that one. Uh-oh. They do pull back. Disruptor shots coming from the outside. A couple of the ducks do go down, and I think one of those disruptors will get out just barely. The Zealots being F2'd back in here, a huge mistake from Hero. He's got to get them back in there, man. Those Zealots were just about to tear him apart, but Hero, trademark F2, fucking up his micro over and over again. He's been doing it for years, and he's never fixed it. The Zealots come in, jump on the Hydras. Hydras and Ravagers cannot stand their ground against Zealots, guys. Zealots are fucking chads. Do you want to stand your ground? You're a 135-pound Hydralisk, and there's a 300 fucking monster of a man who fucking knows how to wrestle and fight and shit, and he comes running. You know, you run the other way. But they did not, and oh my god, the Zealot flank from the north actually dragged a lot of the lurker shots to the north, allowed the Immortals and Archons to just crush through, and Reynor looks dead right now. He's got a few Hydras. We've got 14 more Hydras in production. Pure Hydra. He's got to get rid of the Zealots. The Zealots are the big damage dealers right now. Drones are being pulled in. Those ones on the right-hand side just getting blasted. Most of the Zealots are gone now. There's only a few Zealots left in this fight. We've got 10 more Stalkers warping in. Not the best unit at fighting these units, but they can be very maneuverable and flexible, which is very important. Reynor did a lurker drop, which we missed. We'll go back and look at that later. It's killing that base. It's killing that. Oh my god, he hasn't built an observer to deal with this. He's building an observer now. The Nexus goes down. And oh my god, the Prism doesn't quite get the Zealot warp, and he came too deep. If he just had a few more Zealots, he can win the game. He still might be able to win the game. He's got to commit. Hero, where are you going? You've got more units than him. Reynor is lucking out here. If those Immortals just stood and fought, they could move straight through those Blinding Clouds and crush that army. There's just too many Stalkers and Immortals. There's like 8 Hydras and 2 Queens, and they somehow defend that base. Finally, it looks like the Lurker has been cleaned up. He does find the base down here, but that hatch is still standing. Did he borrow the Oh, he hit the drones. Oh, he didn't get the drones. Oh my god, Hero, you've got to get those drones right now. This game's fucking in. Oh my god, I forgot all these little details of this game. Holy shit. This is such a funny game. He's got a great Aspire, but he's got fuck all money. There's no point making Broodlords right now. You know, 1 or 2 Broodlords against Blinkstalkers is going to be useless. That's just target firing practice for them. 41 drones versus 57 probes. Hero has a huge economy. I mean, he's got a 4th up. He needs a 5th. He is going to actually go take that 5th. Stalkers here posturing around, looking for damage, but I actually love that move. Abducts 4 Stalkers, 1 of them blinks out, the other 3 do go down. He says, oh, you think you can just fuck with me for free? No way, man. Stalkers are going to rotate to the middle of the map. Hero just posturing around, double Immortal production. He's got 1 Disruptor out right now, is starting Storm and morphing in a lot of High Templar. I think that's the way to do it. I think Immortal, Storm, Zealot, and there is no way to lose this game. Vipers aren't that great. Your opponent can't really afford Broodlords or Infestors in their great numbers. I think just once again, ground pound army, Zealot backstabs, get a second Forge would be amazing. I think more people need to do it in these games, especially if they can out-economy their opponent. They can wear them down. Nice cancel. A handful of Zerglings find a cancel. These Zerglings don't even have Adrenal Glands, guys, so it's actually really impressive they're able to do that. These High Templar are a little bit in the open right now. Hero continuing to just run his army around. Finally, that 4th base gets back up. But look at that. Reynor taking a dump on the natural of Hero, quite literally. Hero only on 3 mining bases, losing a lot of gas income from that base not being there. More Immortals are on the way. Do we have a Stargate? There's no Stargate. I'd love a Stargate. Once you know you're up against Lurkers, Observers don't really cut it for detection. You actually, I would say, need to get an Oracle or 2 out for Revelation. Zealot clearing that up. Disruptor drop within his zone. But, I mean, yeah. Obviously, he was looking for the feedback on the Vipers. Doesn't get it, though. And, you know, it's cool you're keeping your opponent off a base hero. I think he could do this and just do the same move that he did before. Posture over here, send 14 Zealots into the natural. What are you going to... How are you going to deal with that as Reynor? You've got, like, 10 Hydras, a few Zerglings. Zealots are going to ruin this. But he's going for Stargates and a Forge. Did he lose his Forge? He lost his goddamn Forge to the Lurkers. That's so funny. Zealot does find this base. Observer goes in, gets sniped by the Hydras. That's what I'm talking about. They just get sniped so easily. There we go. He's splitting up for the Zealot attack. Zealot attacking in here could be good. The Queens will buy a bit of time, but they will go down. A pack of Stalkers runs into Lurkers and dies. Okay, Fleet Beacon and Forge, as well as 3rd Stargate on the way. We've got 2 Oracles for detection. That's going to be really powerful. And look at this. Yeah, I like this. There we go. Gets a Lurker. Gets a feedback, but ooh, even though he gets a second feedback, those Immortals get 1 shot. How often do you see Immortals get 1 shot? Zealots in the base, though, they could do some big damage. Good pullback on the drones. The Zealots could click on that hatch. Hero should be able to take that hatch out if he clicks on it. But his High Templar, actually nice focus fire. Reynor gets out 1 or 2. The Zealot's a little bit too slow to focus fire here, and they will not get the hatchery. Oh, he moves south into the lurkers as well. I mean, okay, nice revelation there. But he's losing so many of these ground units. I still feel like even though that didn't go well, Prism in the main, there's no way to stop this. Zealots coming in for the backstab. Now, as Reynor spreads out to 4 bases, he's 130 supply Zerg with 85 army supply. He can't cover all these bases. His lurkers are, for the most part, just running around in one great big pack. I really think, as hero, you should have the momentum. You should be diving in with those warp prisms. I understand it's really difficult at this point because you're trying to split your army up, but you don't know how to use control groups. And I know that's hard. Obviously, I'm being a massive dick. I'm just joking. But he has managed to start using control groups now. There we go. There we go. He's managing to do it. He's split off an Archon and some Zealots. 3 carriers are on the way. Desperately needs to get attack upgrades for them. Hydras don't have armor upgrades, but you do need attack upgrades. You'll shred the Hydras if you get those. I do remember Rotterdam shouting about that at this point of this match a lot, and with good reason. Viper Lurker push. There's only 15 Hydras and there's already 2 carriers out. If you can get a few more carriers and there's no more Hydras, that's going to be bad, but oh, juicy, man. These Immortals just get one shot. It's insane. Lurkers do crazy damage. Zealots are going to do big damage. They're finally going to get that hatchery. And, I mean, oh my god, another Immortal goes down. The High Templar, gotta be careful. Another Immortal goes down. The High Templar taking big hits as well. Where's the Storms, man? You gotta be sending these forward one at a time. You should not be running forward in a pack into Lurker range. It presents them for splash damage. Hydras go back. The Zealots should have been micro deeper into that base. I think they got F2'd backwards. That's what it looks like. I think they got F2'd backwards. Hero with a big screw up there. Immortals come forward, but there's no detection here. What are we doing? Why are these Immortals going forward? The High Templar are taking huge hits. How many carriers? There are 3 carriers out. The 4th and the 5th one on the way, still with no upgrades, but there's not that many Hydras. If you can get Zealots and Storm on the Hydras while the carriers engage, you can maybe make this work. Where's the High Templar, though? They're not there. The Zealots do nothing. The Hydras clear the Interceptors. There's only 21 Interceptors the carriers need to disengage. He's going to try to get these High Templar down here, but nice abducts on those carriers. Only 1 High Templar makes it to the low ground. He needs a Storm on the Hydras. If he can land a Storm there, he wins this series in this game. Right now, he's down to just 4 carries. He's trying to build Void Rays now. He's panicking. He needs more carriers, more than anything else. Another abduct, a double abduct comes down. The focus fire is good. Reynor snaps 2 of the carriers. The Interceptors come forward. The Archons try to support, but they get obliterated before they can do anything. The Interceptor count is gone. They just did not do enough damage. They were separated there. He needed to keep the carriers further back and attack all at once, but he got them abducted 1 or 2 at a time. He did not get any Storm or Zealots on the Hydras. Just a small pack of Hydras eliminates his superior air army. Hero here. Just an absolutely psychotic game. He's going to try and engage this with Blink Stalkers. He'll try to run past. Oh my god, the Lurkers are ruining him. He gets a revelation, finally clears it. He's going to try and initiate a base trade, but his bases are already dying. He's trying to send probes to the south. I think he's thinking about getting a Nexus somewhere else. What does Reynor have at home? Not a lot, but I mean, he can send units back. He's keeping some Lurkers on the offense, and he's going to send a pack of Hydras, Vipers, and Lurkers back. He's got to be careful with those Vipers. They could go down quite easily, but look at that. Oh my god, the carriers are in the open. The carriers are in the open. Oh my god. He might actually be able to do this. Where's the... Oh, he didn't get a revelation. He didn't get a revelation. Nice blink. Does get the Vipers, but he gets a... Oh my god, he just kills one of the carriers as well. The Interceptor's just going to disappear. The carrier's stuck in the inhibitor zone. And Hero... What the fudgety fuck? That was the scrappiest game. Both players falling apart under pressure at multiple moments there. Let's go back to this moment where, remember guys, there was that Lurker drop. He's just waiting for OV speed to kick in. He's like, oh, it finally kicked in. So in the midst of all that skirmishing on the other side of the map, two Lurkers beat a cannon pretty handily. Take out 15 probes. And as Hero, what you're meant to do is you're meant to change your rally point to here, chrono boost an Observer, and like warp in a few Zealots and you'll deal with it. A few Zealots deal with that as soon as you get an Observer on it. But losing that Nexus was huge. I think this was like almost the most perfect engagement where we saw like the weakness of Reynor's army, right? So there's a few problems here. 77 drones. So he's got more drones. 5 Vipers. Vipers are good over time, but they're not direct combat units. Lurkers. 11 Lurkers. But guess what? They're not very mobile. They're all in one area. All he's got is 17 Hydras and 5 Ravagers, which are very, very fragile, very high supply units. And the Zealots are much cheaper unit. We see, hey, Hero's like, I'll just send 16 Zealots in. And this is where everything falls apart. We realize that these Lurkers are actually quite out in the open, and there's very few units supporting them. And look at this amazing engagement the Zealots get. Some of these Hydras were even move commanding. And Reynor's like, oh shit. And he doesn't realize, because he's microing with his Vipers and shit, until almost all those Hydras are gone. And he just doesn't have many mobile units. He's trying to build Maulings and Hydras right now. He's like, oh shit. I actually am spread too thin. So he should have had a Lurker or two here. I really feel you should always have a Lurker or two. You can't have them all in one spot. A Lurker or two here would have meant these Zealots were taking massive splash. And then it's like, it gets to this point where he's like abducting, and it's like, that's nice and all, but like, Hero's like, wait a second, I got Zealots coming from here. I've got an Observer that sees every Lurker. You got no support left. Like, where's your army? And he's like, well, I have 5 Vipers. And he's like, yeah, and he's like, well, I have a pack of Lurkers. And he's like, that are surrounded. That Lurker splash is not going to stack up. These Zealots literally just were like, oh, you didn't spread Lurkers out. You need those Lurkers to defend your Hydras. There's like a real symbiotic relationship between the Hydras, the Ravagers, and the Lurkers. And yeah, in this situation, maybe some spines spread across the bases would have helped, but like, that was such a savagely good engagement there for Hero, and so bad. And I mean, this is the point where, like I said, I mean, the drones being pulled off the line, I actually would have loved those Zealots to pull back. And he pulls all the way back and does such a safe walk-in, which was awesome. And he's like, no, I'll pull down, I'll get rid of these Hydras, and then move back up. And I'm like, cool, yeah. Now siege your Prism here and warp in Zealots. And this is where he A moves, and he's killing a Spore Crawler with half his Stalkers. These units are like, okay, Guardian Shield and push in, let's do it. And it's like, wait, are you morphing on the front line against Hydras? That goes down. The other Stalker's like, oh, maybe we should join in. And then the Viper's like, wait, we're actually useful right now. If you just attack me, all I can do is Blinding Cloud, so you've got to move through the Blinding Cloud to force a fight, right? But the moment you disengage, Viper's like, oh, cool, we can actually fight 1 or 2 of your units at a time. I'll grab an Immortal. It's like, oh man, if Hero just had all of his units there, it would be amazing. These drones hiding, absolutely crucial. Hero goes down, finds a base. He's like, oh yeah, that's normal. No, you gotta find the drones. Some big missed opportunities here. I mean, an amazing engagement. And then, like I said, I can't get over just the fact that he's like, I'm gonna go carriers now. Don't get me good, guys. Don't get me wrong, carriers are good versus Lurkers. When your opponent gets down to like 2 base economy though, they're not playing, this is not a 75 drone, spores and spines and Lurkers everywhere game. This is not one of those unkillable Zergs. This is a Zerg who cannot cover their bases. And you can just drown him economically. I just think there was a huge misstep by Hero, where everything looked good at this point. Takes way too long to get his 4th base down, by the way, 5th base, whatever you want to call it. And then he just fails to set up these Zealot counterattacks fast enough. It feels like sometimes Hero does slow down a little bit in setting up the multi-prong, where he just wants to force the direct engagement. And it's like, well, come on, you were never going to win that trade. You don't have high ground vision. I think he should have got 1 Stargate for Oracles, but I think they should just be Zealots here. They should be Zealots here. His main army should be posturing and skirmishing and scaring the shit out of Reynor. And as long as he keeps feedbacks in front of his army, he can't get abducted. And then there should just be Zealots attacking him. What do we got? Remember the previous fight? He had like 15 Hydras and a few Ravagers. Now he's got 11 Hydras, 8 Zerglings, and every drone is way more valuable. So anytime you get in a mineral line, he's screwed. So I really think that was a big misstep. You know, I think Hero dropped the ball quite hard in this game. I think Hero also dropped the ball. Remember, his early Adepts did so much damage, he let Zerglings into his base twice. It was a huge screw up. At the same time, Reynor was looking so solid after all of that. He let a pair of Adepts kill a lot of shit, and then there was this big fight where it's like, wait a second, come on, man, like you gotta set up your defense better than this. Arguably, that's the better 4th base for Lurkers because there's like narrower choke points. That's a friggin' big choke point through these two. It's not even a choke. It's basically just a wide open area. So once the Lurkers got set up here, it was very dangerous. He really needed to stop any detection getting on his army. And he needed to be much more wary of everything. So like his economy was just a bit too high here. So if we look at this, he's got up to like 85 workers. I mean, I think we just needed more spines, right? And maybe these units he forgot to pull down. Leaves 3 Hydras in the main. I don't think he needed that, yeah. Let's see if he remembers to bring those back. sloppy trade out. But yeah, once this army starts posturing, I think, yeah, he's like building 30 Zerglings. He's got no upgrades for Zerglings. So Zerglings are actually useless units. Sometimes I do the same thing. I did the same thing earlier today. I was like, oh yeah, I'll just make some fucking Zerglings. And it's like, if you don't have upgrades for Zerglings, these units add so little to your composition. They can't fight the Zealots. They can't really engage the Archons. Like, they're pretty bad units. So you look at this and you're like, dude, you need to be like massing. You got so much money. You need to be massing spines. Yeah, should have left these lurkers up here. He panics and pulls these lurkers away. He's like, fuck, I need them in my main army, right? Yeah. No. One spine on red hit points is not going to defend the base, dude. Yeah, so he's trying to get more Hydras out, which makes sense, but like spines, you got to leave the lurkers up there. And I do feel if he kept the Overseer and stuff here, if he had that base covered, Hero wouldn't have been able to engage simply because a Ducks counter disruptors and observers aren't going to be able to get vision. It was kind of funny, right? Hero had to wait so long because he had to wait for this observer to get there. Oh, here it is. And once these observers get here, he's like, oh, cool, I can take a fight. So you see this observer's going to run up and go pervert mode in a sec. There it is. See those disruptor shots just get destroyed? It's so funny. Blinding Cloud also would have been really nice. He does go double Blinding Cloud, but he should have put them a bit further forward. Damn though, GG, well played guys. That's insane. This was such a scrappy game. So many screw-ups on both sides. One of the funnest games to watch, in my opinion. Even if it was scrappy as all hell. GG! Damn! Damn. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you guys have been supporting the Patreon, thank you very much. If you guys want to join the Patreon, info is down below in the description. Thank you everyone for watching on Twitch, YouTube, everywhere. We're going to continue doing a few more. If you have a request, what you think was one of the best of BlizzCon series, please do shout it out in the comments section, in chat, and I'll be taking your recommendations on it exactly which series we'll do next. So we're going to try and do one like every day for this week and just kind of cast all the best series, do a bit of analysis, bit of breakdowns, and it should be awesome. So thanks for watching, guys. This Hero Vipers, Hero Lurkers, just absolutely insane series, insane game, and GG, well played to Reynor with the 3-2.